Alright, so I'm going to be attempting a mod that I've been wanting to do for a while now on my Razor, but just never done it because I still wasn't too sure, and I just need to go ahead and do it. I know it's been out there and everything, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out this whole bed. Not the whole thing. I'm going to go right around from this corner here, come around to the top of this, back down and around, and then I'm going to come on the inside of this one to here, back around, because my cooler, I got a 45 quart or a 35 quart Yeti, and it sits right about here. You can see all the spots there, and then back there and right there. So I still want it to be supportive enough, and that's where these these bolts are going to kind of come into play. If I cut it out just around there, it still should be fine and plenty well supported, because then what you'll do is you'll just take out these 4 bolts, lift up this whole center section. I'll be able to get to my fuel pressure, my spark plugs, my exhaust, because I've got 3 different exhausts now I can change out on it. So everything will just kind of come up from this point here, and just gonna make checking the fuel pressure and everything just way more easier in maintenance. And maybe the TPS, I never had to adjust it yet, but maybe. So that's where we're gonna get at. So I'm gonna start by marking it, and then cut maybe some sections, and then I want to make this real nice and clean. So I need to draw that out, and then I'm also going to put rubber lining all around it. So we'll see what happens next. Alright, got it cut out. Just took a Dremel tool, cut it all the way around, and then took a flat file, cleaned up the edges on it. Just what you got to watch out kind of for, like right there, your crossbars here. You'll hit it, but nothing underneath, like wires and everything. But look at all this down in here now that I can easily get to and clean. Spark plugs, the fuel end cap right there, fuel rail. Everything. Spark plugs are super easy to get to, like I said. And then you'll take this shield off, and the exhaust will just come right out. So, and then this is the other piece. Just cut that out. And then next, just clean up the edges on it, and I'm going to take some rubber hose or like weather stripping, and I'm going to cover the whole edges around here, and then put it back on, put my bolts in, and then the job's done, and I can actually get to everything now. I can clean it. So pretty excited about that. But that's it as far as this. Pretty quick and simple little mod. Alright, well, this is with it all put back together. I figured I would show you guys the way it would be all put back together. Put the 4 bolts in there, So everything as far as cutting it and strength, like the side rails, they don't move any more than what they're supposed to, because it's still attached to right there and underneath here with that other cross member. And so the only place that I really noticed it getting maybe a little bit weaker would be a little bit right here. You can push down on that a little bit, and kind of a lot right here. But it's, when you get out to the edges, it's still pretty rigid and everything. Just a little bit right there as far as being able to push down on that. But it's not going to affect me much at all, because all my stuff's centered out here as far as weight. And then definitely back here, none of this back here has changed. The center of it hasn't changed. The outside, like I said, maybe just a little bit, but not much. You could take care of this with some brackets or something, but it's definitely not enough that it's going to change anything that I do with it. So as far as strength and everything, like I said, your sides are all good, because you're still on the back side here. All back here underneath on the other side of this is still got those 4 bolts in it, and everything from out here is still done with all these and everything, so it's not too bad.